Vibes of India. I am Janvi and we are here to discuss about healthy lifestyle. Where are we going wrong? And today we have with us Professor K.V. Ramani, and we are going to talk about his latest book, Preventing Insidious Lifestyle Diseases. Sir, welcome to Vibes of India.
Thank you so much for finding time to talk about this book.
Yes, sir. So to start with, tell us about what lifestyle issues like young people make, which eventually lead to physiological problems, mental health problems.
Okay. Now, this book is on lifestyle diseases, which are insidious. Insidious means you do not realize they are growing, the disease is progressing within your body. So you don't know what is happening inside the body till it becomes serious. Like when the heart starts paining, angina pain, you realize something is wrong with the heart.
Yeah.
But you don't realize when it reaches that serious level. There are various disease progression. You don't realize it. Or it may be kidney diseases, or it could be diabetes. You don't realize what is the sugar level till you reach a stage when you go for a checkup and realize sugar levels are high. So these are chronic diseases. Chronic meaning lifelong.
Yeah.
Unlike infectious diseases, like COVID, for example. I mean, COVID without any symptoms. But otherwise, people get either throat ache or body ache or fever not going away. Those are highly symptomatic. Infectious diseases are symptomatic. Or measles, we have eruptions all over the face. Or polio, these are all visible.
Yeah.
So infectious diseases are visible, but non-infectious diseases like heart disease, respiratory diseases, kidney, or even diabetes, hypertension, obesity, cancer, you don't realize what is happening inside.
Yeah.
Only when it strikes you at a very later stage, advanced stage, you realize it. Therefore, you should try to prevent this. As I told you, they are chronic. That means lifelong. Once you have a heart problem, you can go to a doctor, he will put a stent, but he cannot repair it fully. Nobody can give you cure. Unlike COVID or unlike measles, which is cure. But what the stent does, or any medication, is to slow down the disease progression. So you enjoy your life a little longer, whether it is heart, whether it is lung, kidney, diabetes, all these medications kind of slow down the disease progression so that you can live with it for longer periods of time.
In the book, you also mentioned about like lifestyle things or habits which lead to such insidious diseases. So if you can elaborate on the same.
Yeah, so all these chronic diseases like heart, lung, kidneys, etc., are coming from poor lifestyle. Nothing else to blame. See, infectious diseases like COVID comes from the air or water droplets, or measles come from some kind of infection, bacteria or a virus. Yeah. So you have no control on infectious diseases. They come and hit you. Whereas chronic diseases like heart, kidney, etc., you invite them into your body through poor lifestyle habits. So you are fully responsible for it. If I get COVID, I am not responsible. It is in the air. What can I do? I can take some precautions, but to a certain limit. So that's not completely in my control, but I can cure it. Whereas chronic diseases, lifestyle, if you change your lifestyle, say for example, what's a good lifestyle? You eat nutritious food and do physical activities. That is good health. And it is doing so much damage to your nutrition. Pizza is all salt. Pizza is basically salt. So you get more sodium content in the body, which is not good. Yeah. So this lifestyle or alcohol you take. Alcohol does not give you any energy that the body needs. Alcohol gets into the system and the liver starts digesting it because alcohol is very toxic. Yeah. Liver doesn't like it. Our body doesn't like it. We don't know what is happening. So liver takes it up and throws it out, but it takes quite a bit of time. And there is no energy. If the liver were actually digesting nutritious food, it would give you energy instead. So alcohol is called empty calories. It doesn't give you calories that your body needs. Yes, you can add alcohol to maybe scooter and then it can run. It gives energy to some vehicles, but not to our body. So alcohol does that. Similarly, tobacco. It's very toxic. So it actually disturbs the respiratory system to an extent that the smoke that you inhale, which has a lot of ingredients, plenty of chemicals, and 400 chemicals are there in tobacco. So of that order of magnitude. Some are extremely dangerous. And when they start using your respiratory tract, sooner or later they will hit your lungs. And we don't know the lungs. What does the lungs do? It has to take carbon dioxide away from the blood and give oxygen back to the blood. Yeah. But if lung is stopped functioning properly, we will not know till we have, say, maybe breathlessness.
Hi, are there any risks in the sense, sir, we might consider an XYZ thing as a healthy thing? Say organic food, or maybe eating flax seeds, or like something which we consider healthy, but it is not healthy.
Yeah, but see, people don't do any exercise for 5 days a week and then hit the gym over the weekend for extended hours. That is not good. Like, will you fast for 5 days in a week and then eat feast for Saturday and Sunday? Does that do any good?
No.
So everything has to be done in moderation. You should eat moderately fatty food, not excess fat food. You should do moderate amount of exercise, not excess exercise. You have to do it every day. You have to eat nutritious food every day, do physical activities for the food to digest and give you enough strength. You cannot fast for 5 days and then eat only feast. Similarly, if you postpone the physical activity to X number of hours on weekends, I spend so much time in the gym, I lift heavy weights for 2 days a week. Other 5 days, very sedentary life. Sit in my chair, order pizza, eat Coke. Now Swiggy and Zomato will add to that. And don't do any exercise, sit in front of the TV. That is not good. These are lifestyle. I have changed I am thinking it is good. For example, when we smoke, you ask a smoker, he or she will say, I feel very relaxed, de-stressed. Yes, there are some chemicals in tobacco, which gives you that feeling of emptiness. So you don't remember the worry.
Okay.
So you think you have solved your problem. But when you get out of that state, you realize, no, the problem has not been solved. You have come back to senses now.
Where do we start working on our health, especially youngsters? I mean, considering that we have a hectic lifestyle, people are driven by the Western culture. But how can we take baby steps towards good health?
Yeah, it starts from childhood when you have to start feeding nutritious food to the children at home. And stop this Coke and Pepsi. They are sugar drinks, basically. It is sugar, very high amount of sugar. And sugar is addictive.
Yeah.
So once you start quenching thirst with Coke or Pepsi, I mean, I should not be using brand names, any of the sugar drinks, then water will not quench your thirst.
Okay.
If you start eating pizza, which is highly salt, excess amount of salt, and salt is also very bad for health, is it not?
True.
And you get addicted to salt. So you feel like eating more and more salty food. And more salt meaning more and more sodium in the body. And sodium is an electrolyte.
Okay.
Like magnesium, calcium, and they control various functions like that, like the acidity in the body.
Yeah.
Or the water levels. When you take highly salty food, you feel thirsty. So you drink water. So the water content or the fluid content increases.
Okay.
For example, if it starts collecting near the pancreas, if fat collection increases near the pancreas, then pancreas cannot secrete insulin.
True.
And if pancreas cannot secrete insulin, your sugar levels are not controlled in the body, and that means you get diabetes. So obesity, which is excess fat, especially in the abdominal areas, we don't realize fat collection inside the body, do we?
Are there any myths that you would want to burst through your that you bursted through your book, or that you would want to mention here?
No myths. I'm talking in terms of how to maintain good health.
True.
And what are the risk factors for all this? See, for example, how do you develop a heart disease when the lipid profile is not good, which means you have more bad cholesterol. You have no control on good cholesterol. You have only control on bad cholesterol.
Bad cholesterol, true.
So bad cholesterol comes from maybe excess fat or many things add to excess cholesterol.
And so you also extensively talk about body and mind in the last chapter, which is very important, which young people miss out on. So if you can elaborate on the same.
Yeah, because our body is listening to our mind, is it not? Which we don't realize. If I am happy, then I am very active. If I am full of positive thought, then I kind of I'm tempted to think always positively, then that means I can do a lot of good. But if I am always flooded with negative thoughts, it creates stress, does it not?
Yeah.
So our body is actually listening to the mind. First, our mind reacts, and then the body takes it over.
Okay.
Similarly,
so the reaction happens here, and then it transforms to
mind
the body.
Body connect. Yeah. So mind body connect is a recent science, old science, but people don't write much about it for some reason. Okay. So we have tried to show the mind body connection through good food and good physical activities. So chapter 4 and 5 tell you how not to fall sick and thereby remain healthy.
Okay.
Chapter 3 tells you if you get into poor lifestyle habits, poor lifestyle behavior, and lifestyle habits you develop from your close-knit friends. They are all eating pizza. They invite me for a party. Pizza and cold drinks are served. And I feel odd man out if I don't join the group. So I start taking pizza.
There's a lot of peer pressure to do certain things.
It is basically peer pressure, but coming from the society with which I am moving. Society related, who are my friends? What is my source? So you have to be very careful. You can be very easily tempted. Yeah. Which means I have changed my good style to a poor lifestyle, which is much easier than coming back from a poor lifestyle to a good lifestyle. It's very difficult. You cannot stop a person who is smoking.
Yeah, but sir, I hope, people read your book, people get insights into where they are going wrong to avoid any long-term illnesses, which, we don't realize it now, but they're growing in our body and we might realize it eventually. But again, sir, it's so easy to read something, but it's so tough to be consistent and to start implementing it in our day-to-day life.
That is why good lifestyle habits you should realize and try to avoid poor lifestyle habits. Nobody can tell you anything. It is all in your hands. As I told you, chronic diseases like heart diseases, lung diseases, you are inviting into your body. You are the only person responsible for that. Not COVID, where the virus comes from the air. Not measles, not polio. Because I have no control on that, or dysentery. You are the only person responsible for that. So please be careful about it. And in the world, 2/3 of the diseases are chronic diseases, non-infectious.
That's huge.
Non-infectious. In fact, many more people die from heart diseases than COVID.
True. No, sir, I hope, people, commoners get insights from the book about like how they can avoid such diseases and have a better lifestyle. So yes, so we wish you all the best for the book. And thank you so much for sharing your insights on your work. Thank you so much.
Anything you want to know, please feel free to give me a call. I'll be more than
Yes,
happy
sir.
to answer.
Sure.
Okay.